Hello, everybody. It's Thursday again, and we all welcome you to another session on Thirsty Thursday, where educators quench their thirst for education. We have two more new panelists, and I'm very happy for them to join us. And we start with a short introduction round because of that. And we start with the newbies. So my name is Rolf. I'm from Bangkok. I work for British Columbian International School, Bangkok, where I'm the tech integrator or educational technology coordinator. And we are very happy to do this. Adriana, please.
Hello, everyone. I'm Adriana. I'm coming to you live from Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, where I am a technology coach at an international school here and recently a Google innovator. So apparently I'm innovating new stuff for Google, which is nice. Yeah. So thank you for letting me join your show.
It's great that he's got on the mute
You're
there.
welcome.
Now we can take it back.
Sorry. Thank you. We are very happy to have you, and hopefully you can join us regularly. And next would be Adam.
Hi, everybody. I'm Adam Hill. Thank you for having me. Very happy to join you. I work in Hong Kong. I'm head of year 4, and I'm also a new Google innovator.
Okay.
Thank you, Adam. Which school are you working at?
Victoria Shanghai Academy in Hong Kong.
Thank you very much. My dear James, go ahead.
Hi, I'm James Bella. I'm a very old innovator since 2012, and I work here in Kuala Lumpur.
Thank you. Which school do you work
I've
for?
gone international.
Thank you very much. And Seti.
Yes, my name is Seti. I'm based in Bangkok, Thailand. Work at an international school, St. Andrews Samaki, and yeah, long timer on the Thirsty Thursday. So new innovator, and I think that sums it up.
Thank you very much, Seti. Please, Gary.
Hi, I'm Gary Garcia from the Philippines. I'm a professor at Bulacan State University, and I'm also a Google innovator and trainer, and I also lead the GEG Ortigas and Malolos. Good evening.
Thank you very much. So, my dear on-watchers, we have already one who's watching live. Today's topic is the app roundup, where we share the Android and iOS apps which we use in the classroom and which our students and us appreciate the most. May I ask the panel who wants to go first?
Okay, I can go first.
Very good, Gary. So can you share your screen? Do you have something prepared to share your screen, or?
Well, I have nothing to share, and I have no screen to share, but I'd like to what I want to share is the YouTube app, because I learn a lot from videos. Just like the millennials, I learn from videos a lot, and sometimes I can just fast forward something or repeat something if I don't understand. And if there's a long video that I have to perform with together with my computer, I can just pause it. And I have learned a lot from YouTube, because like what is Seth is doing, he has a good channel, not just good, a great channel wherein you can watch video and learn from him techniques and other a lot of stuff that you can learn. It's like Eric Kurtz of Asia. That's why I like YouTube.
So what I feel like mentioning is that YouTube Creator Studio app. There's an extra app for creators, and maybe Seti can add something to why the YouTube app on the phone is different from the website.
Yeah, well, which one? The actual YouTube app or the Creator Studio?
The Creator
because
Studio.
Both. Yeah, the Creator
Both.
Studio.
Talk about both.
I think the Creator Studio, if you are a content creator and you are making lots of videos, the Creator Studio will enable you to keep in touch with your community. As a content creator, you don't just want to put videos out there. You want to, create a community the same way we have a community here with Thirsty Thursdays and Google PD on a Thursday. What we try to do is we try to get to know each other. And it's the same with a YouTube community. You have your viewers and you have your subscribers, and it's usually you see the same names coming back. And the Creator Studio on mobile allows you to instantly reply to comments. It allows you to see, how the viewers are coming in, where they're coming from. Compared then to the actual web interface, that is full-on analytics. So you have a full breakdown of everything that's happening on your channel, how much they're watching, what OS they're on, what device they're on, what they're doing, where they're coming from, where they're clicking, how long they're watching. That is all available on the web interface, whereas the Creator Studio is more about that community side of things. You still see your subscriber numbers and your view counts, but for me, it's really about the comments. It's replying to comments. It's, keeping in touch with your community. On the other side, then, the YouTube app, I think something that a lot of people overlook and that I actually use a lot is the different speeds that you can set. I don't know if anyone's played around with the speeds. Often I'll get comments that say I get both comments on my videos. I get comments that say, oh, whoa, you're going too fast. You're speaking too fast. Slow down. And I have people that say, you're speaking too slowly. Can you please speed up a bit? I don't have to do that. You can do that. There is a, one-time speed, a 1.25, 1.5. You can speed it up, and it actually still sounds pretty good, unless you're speeding it up like 3 or 4.
And that's really useful for students who are learning English as additional language, just to slow it down a little bit, and also the closed captions.
Absolutely. And there are automatic closed captions. So, for example, there's smaller channels that might not have the budget to invest in like all these expensive closed captioning. And there's some amazing services, by the way. If you are serious, you can go to rev.com, and they will close caption for you for a fee. But the thing is that YouTube is already pretty good at closed captioning for you. And they usually get the gist of what you're trying to say. So I think it's an amazing platform for learning. So yeah, those are my 2 cents about YouTube and the Creator Studio app. If you are creating content, you need to have the Creator Studio app. It is vital to your channel.
One thing I did do was use the YouTube app to record a lesson, and then I had a full transcript of everything, which was very impressive. So you could see the video, but also you had that transcript to see what you were saying. It spotted things like little fillers and stuff that I was using, and also kept a really good record, actually, of the conversation going on when the students were quite clear.
So did you use that almost like an observation lesson for yourself?
Yeah, self-observation, self-observation tool.
My question would be, do you have a technique to film your lesson somehow from the back so the students are not recognizable, or is it just you who's visible?
Well, there's a couple of techniques. Number one, I give it to the student to do the filming, so they're naturally at the back. That always helps. And number two, I can use Camtasia to blur things out, but if I'm only using it for my own purposes, I don't worry too much. Plus, we do have contracts saying that, students are filmed, but obviously not with their names mentioned. But you can do unlisted and you can do private on YouTube as well, and it'll still do the captions and everything for you.
And Seti, can you confirm? I think I looked at the new things which the YouTube editor has now. They have added, I believe, a blurring option which you can put over faces just recently. So they used to be in the old Creator Studio, you could detect all the faces and blur them out.
YouTube is making the transition from the old Creator Studio to the new beta, and the new beta is going, full-fledged next year, and basically there's no more old one. Now, what happened is they got rid of the old editor, and the editor had a blurring option, and people were. I had no idea that so many people were using the editor, because realistically, I never really used it. It was more of an after the fact thing. The new editor is actually pretty good. It's a solid environment. You're not going to be merging different clips together. You're not going to be creating videos. You're going to do little things, like you're going to trim your videos, you're going to add some audio, take away the audio, but now you can indeed add blurring. So let's say that you've uploaded your video, you've got your views coming in, and suddenly you realized, shoot, there's a face or an email or something that shouldn't be in that video. You can blur it after the fact, and it's very quick. It's very, very quick.
And I think also what I find really useful about that editing app is just that you can add music, particularly if you made a silent video. Nobody seems to like silent videos. So you can add a bit of music to it, and then you can say, well, you know, there's some music. I did that this morning for a little sheets thing that my daughter made for me on my video channel.
As well, when you're serious about creating video content, and I mean, maybe we can have a whole session about creating content in all sorts of, you know, on different platforms and formats, but audio is 75% of it. People will, they will be all right with a slightly blurry video. They can deal with that. They don't mind. But if you have terrible audio, as I did in my first couple videos, people will switch off. They will go to another channel, another video. They can deal with a bit of the shakiness, and audio is so important. And I think we often think, oh, YouTube, it's all about video. It's all about, no, actually audio is the majority of it.
The other thing I find really strange is you go around a lot of schools and they're marketing brilliant videos, but they don't have the sound on and they haven't put subtitles on. And so you're like, it looks amazing, but what are they actually doing? You know, I've said that to a number of head of schools when I walk around. I said, oh, I really like your video. What's it about? Because I have no idea. Great marketing, but didn't market what I wanted to know about.
I mean, I think that's the trick, isn't it, really? If you're doing things in school, you're never going to be able to hear it, so you have to use captions. I have to say Camtasia is amazing for adding captions on really quickly.
Oh, yeah, I love Camtasia for captions.
James, you said that the automatic captions with YouTube work even with your microphone from your phone.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, the captions does, but what I'm talking about are actual headline-grabbing things, no, not a transcript.
Okay.
They're not playing YouTube videos on these videos. They're just playing videos, so that they're not even including the subtitles.
Yeah.
So for people who are curious about YouTube and creating a channel, does it cost a lot to invest in a good microphone?
I would go for a condensator microphone. And Seti, you bought the Yeti, did you?
I would say, if you're serious about starting to create content and you are on a budget, you can get started for under $10. I know this sounds like I've got a number of microphone. Let me hold on. If I get right here, I've got a lavalier mic. This lavalier mic has cost me 600 baht, which is about $13 US. It's an amazing lavalier mic. It works brilliantly. It has very good quality. Invest in this. Buy a couple. Give it to your students. Let them play around with podcasting, audio. If they break it, they break it. Like, it's literally that cheap that you don't have to worry about, you know, are they going to damage it? Are they going to... We have a bunch of these at school, and the students know they can come to the makerspace and they can just, you know, borrow, you know, how many do you want to borrow? Okay, I want to borrow 1, 2, 3, and they take them with them. Boya, B-O-Y-O, they also make a directional mic that goes on top of your DSLR camera, which would be then a great alternative when you're recording outside, sort of more the vlogging style. That mic goes for, I think it's about 20 US. They're really cheap mics. They're almost sort of the cheap Chinese knockoff from your Rode mics and your more solid ones. And I would say just start creating content. Start with what you have. If you have a smartphone, that's an amazing camera. It's amazing. Like what you're seeing from all of us, these are our webcams. This is not my proper camera. But your webcam, your smartphone is incredible. And then just start with a cheap lavalier mic. Upgrade later on, upgrade to another one. Eventually, you'll start using, you know, more proper mics. I've got a denser mic, but if I'm being real with you, like the videos I record, I pop on my lavalier mic because the sound is just less work. I have to do less processing after the fact with the lavalier mic than I have to do with a condenser.
So I need to add something to that. I worked in a theater and I learned a lot about microphoning, not only from bands, but in theater, many people speak at a stage at a wide area, and there's a thing called boundary layer microphone. I think it needs phantom power to work. Phantom power needs like an external sound card where you can have 48 volts pushed to the microphone, so it has a higher sensitivity, like any condensator microphone needs phantom power. And these boundary layer microphones, as they are called, they have a very, very wide reach. And they are very similar to the sensitivity of a condensator microphone, but they don't lose clarity even if you're 5 meters away. So I think if somebody wants to professionally record big audiences, a boundary layer microphone is the way to go. And they can be a bit pricey, like I would say up to 10,000 baht, then you get a very good one.
I mean, I think the other thing is that actually the headphones you get provided with your phones are actually not bad for recording. They're better than, well, it depends on the quality of your laptop actually. But you get a lot of nasty background noise if you don't use a decent mic. And that
yeah,
really
well,
people
we all use microphones in our ears, and that's why we don't get feedbacks. And I think, yeah.
Well, the headphones, I think that's really important when we're doing these conferences, as we've all learned one way or another.
Yeah. I'm finding like it's almost like revolutionary to some of the teachers when I'm sort of saying to them, just get a box at the back of the classroom and get the kids to bring in, I mean, it's 5 ringgits at Daiso here, cheap as anything, just put it in a bag, put the kid's name on it, because they're all recording now, they're all using the recording feature, but all you hear is background noise from, you can't spread them out far enough.
Our school is part of the, go on.
Go ahead, Adam.
I was just going to say that our school is part of the required equipment, just like pencils and pens and headphones, because, like you say, we're recording all the time and watching things all the time.
Yeah, I found out we had like 5 headphones with microphones. You're like, no, not for the school. Get the kids to get it.
Yeah, and also, I mean, like what you're saying, you know those boxes that they use to store all the paper that goes into the copy machine, printers. Get one of those boxes, right? On the inside, just put some foam, some soft foam on the inside. That becomes a recording booth. It's so easy to make. It blocks out all the noise. You put your little microphone in, and you can record even without microphones. Get an iPad Mini, pop it in that little box. The acoustics and the visual. You've got a recording studio right there in your class for next to nothing.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
It's so things have really changed, and to feed back to what Ralph said, yes, you know, expensive mics are amazing, and if you're going to build a studio, you need to invest in mics, you need to invest in equipment, but too often people don't create content because they get overwhelmed and they say, I don't have the equipment, I don't have the camera, I don't have the mic, I don't have the lights, I don't have the. You don't need it. Sit in front of a window. The sun is the best light you get. Just think about your space. Sit right in front of your window. Learn about video making, because realistically, if you're going to be making videos on YouTube, and I've heard this said, I can't remember. I think it was Peter McKinnon who mentioned this. Like if you're going to put a video on YouTube, guess what? You're now a video maker. You might not be good at it. You know nothing about editing. You know nothing about the software. You know nothing about the equipment. You've put a video on YouTube. Guess what?
And it's scary how many views you'll get.
I mean, a video creator, you need to get, like, if you're serious, start learning. Start learning about this stuff. And that's where, again, we're doing a whole app roundup. Learn about the different apps you can use for video editing. Learn about, start on mobile. Start with all these mobile apps that you can use. There's some amazing things out there. Even something as simple as GoPro Quick. GoPro Click is a brilliant little app. It does everything for you. It's fully run by AI. It pulls in all your photos, all your videos, and it makes something that looks amazing.
Yeah.
There's so many things out there, and just learn. I would highlight another YouTube channel if you're serious about it. D Nimmin, D-E-E, and then Nimmin, Nimmin. Now, D Nimmin is his channel is fully focused on mobile content creators, and he literally walks you through app after app after app on how you can use your smartphone to become a creator. It's amazing what's available and what our students now have in their pockets. Nothing.
So, Seti, you will share that channel in the comments?
Yes, I will actually. If you take over, I'll share it now.
I am always here, and I was just trying to contact Gabriel because I saw him in the back room, but he has left us sadly again, but I hope that he will come back. So this is great what you said, Seti. We have all, but me, been on the Google Innovator Academies where failure is now a thing which is not making, nobody has to feel bad for failing. You just stand up again. And that has reached business minds and hopefully all the classrooms and all the teachers already. So we all learn from failure. Last week or 2 weeks ago, we had a coding session, and we learned that if something doesn't work, we bring up our troubleshooting skills, which is actually very, very important. How many IT people have to fix something on a computer, and many times it's just a physical power connection or the VGA cable dropped out or something like that. So troubleshooting is a big, big thing. So thank you for the YouTube app. It's amazing that with an app where everybody thinks that they know it, everybody has something to add. And I use the Create Studio app to share my private YouTube videos, which I haven't publicly listed, so I get the short URLs quickly. That's why I use also the YouTube Creator. So thank you for the YouTube. Now we are switching to Flipgrid, and we, I think, had two.
Sorry, I just want to cut in. Adam, what was your app? Because
I really need to go. I've got a ferry to catch.
Just say your app and then go.
I was going to talk briefly about Apple Clips, kind of connected to the video content creation we've been talking about, but on a less professional level, but really good for kids. It's really, really simple, even with the youngest students. Get Apple Clips, get recording a few little videos, put them all together. It's a really fun little app.
Cool.
And with that, I'm out.
See you.
Thank you.
See you all later.
Bye.
Next week.
For the long.
Bye. Take care.
See you.
Thank you.
I mean, one app I was going to quickly demonstrate, and I'm aware that I'm gobbling power left, right, and center. I can share the screen. I just wanted to share you one quick app here that was just mentioned. Can you see? Can you put my screen up, Ralph? Can you see my screen?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Can you pop it up?
Okay.
So here is my Android phone, and I think Quick is worth a quick mention because it does everything for you quite quickly. And so basically,
Stacey just mentioned that.
Yeah. So it is a very nice little app, but it allows you to just choose your videos very quickly, and then it'll put it together for you. The other app that I think I would like to very quickly mention, because I know that we've got some library fans here, is Sound Meter, and this allows you to literally check what's going on. So you can see,
I like that one.
just a quiet library, just a little bit of conversation without talking. So there you go, and you can see, and it's tracking it down below. It'll even record it as well if you need evidence.
That, I love that. If I can just quickly chip in, if you have an interactive whiteboard in your classroom and you're not using it, or a projector, classroomscreen.com. Classroomscreen.com. It's all online. It's within your browser. And basically what it does is it pulls up literally dozens of teacher tools, including one of the meters, sound meters.
Ah.
And you can set the sensitivity, and it automatically rings an alarm when you go over that limit that you've set. And it sort of goes like, whoop, whoop. And so everyone's sort of like, okay, we've gone over now.
Nice.
It is. I love it. It's made by a teacher in the Netherlands, and basically, from what I gather, he was sort of he was wondering, what can I do with my screen when I'm not using my screen? So we've got all these amazing tech, we don't always use it. Classroomscreen.com. Well worth it. Well worth it.
Okay. Okay, Adriana, what's your favorite app?
So at the moment, I'm driving Flipgrid through my school. I'm trying to get the students to be confident on camera. It's amazing. We take it for granted that our children are confident using the screen. But what I'm finding, I'm kind of in grade 2 to grade 5 at the moment. So we're doing something different for digital citizenship using Flipgrid. And it's incredible. They're filming themselves with just this little bit or this bit here, and you can't hear them. And they'll show it to you. And I'll be like, oh, you happy with that? Yep, upload it. Fine, perfect. They don't want to re-edit it. They don't want to improve it. So it's a really good way of just teaching them a bit of resilience, saying that's not the best that you could do. But I've been really impressed with how some children, I don't really know the children very well because I've just met them, but some of the teachers and students have been like staring in amazement at some of their fellow classmates because that's the first time they've heard them speak, or the first time that they've had like a chat going on or a conversation. And it's just because of the way Flipgrid is, and that you're recording yourself. You might, as a teacher, you might be posing a question, or it might be a reflection or a journal, anything. And the children are just filming themselves and then uploading it. So it gives a voice to the shy children. It maybe tames the really confident children who can think about how they're being perceived, or how they can improve on what they're doing. It's just been a really, really good tool. And for me as a teacher, I really like it because you get these badges, so you can up your game. It's all about gamification now. So, you get a badge every time you get 6 hours of engagement, that kind of thing. And yeah, I got to be honest, I like a good badge. So yeah, even as a teacher, it's promoting it for you to be like, oh, what else could you use this for? I've even been using it with the staff at PD to get my hours up. It's brilliant. They love it. They really love it.
I quickly want to interrupt to introduce our new steady part of Thursday, which is Eric. Who is Eric? Thank you very much for joining, Eric.
Hey, y'all.
We have been talking about hi. We have been talking about the YouTube app with a bunch of cool features. Maybe some of us haven't used. And Eric, can you just quickly say where you're talking from?
From Incheon, South Korea, not far from the big airport.
Have you used Flipgrid in the classroom before?
No, I was at where was it? I was somewhere where it was used in, and I was thinking about for a conference. It was demonstrated, and I was thinking about how I could use it with my students because we have plays, a huge play that all my 10th grade classes do, and I'm asking them for not just evidence of their work, but also reflection. And I was considering using it for reflection after their work.
Yeah,
and
that's
also
a great way to use it.
And expressing their intention of what they're going to do before they do it, because that's a real commitment that they're making.
So it could almost be a way in that they voice their intention, and then you might view that part of it. And then the other students, because the other students can either comment or they can put a video back on it. So they would see what the intention is, and then they could actually give feedback to their fellow classmates to say, oh yeah, I definitely saw this because, so, you know, it's a good way to get quick feedback. Yeah, I really like it as a tool.
I'm happy to have a comment from somebody whose name I sadly can't read, but thank you very much for your comment.
It's Ruth? Okay.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Okay, hi Ruth. And yeah, this is the kind of interaction we want. Thank you, Ruth. Canva is also an app on
Canva. Brilliant.
I agree.
So only for I've mentioned that before that I am working on a Chromebook and I could show all these apps, but for those who introduce the apps actually, and I would show them, I don't know if that works, but if somebody wants me to quickly install an app on my Chromebook, I could do so. Adriana, thank you for sharing Flipgrid. I have known it. I haven't used it in the classroom. I have installed it on my phone. It resembled a bit Pinterest, and I am not. I don't like Pinterest very much. But you can.
There's a difference between Pinterest and Flipgrid.
Yeah. The one thing I would say about Flipgrid is that you have to say up front to the children, you're not, as a teacher, I'm not going to watch all the videos, because it just becomes unmanageable, and you get them into the habit of they're watching the videos. So you're saying, okay, we've all made a video today. Now you're going to go home, or tomorrow when I see you, and you're going to watch 2 other videos in class, and you're going to comment on them. You know,
and we did with Flipgrid, which was so beautiful, and it was amazing. The results we got from it was for our graduating class. And so we created different grids for the different children all leaving the school, and then just opened it up. It was just beautiful. The messages that were sent, the words of encouragement, the memories. And because it's video and Flipgrid, even though your students know everyone's going to watch it, they're happy to share certain things with that person that they would
might not
up on a stage when you're having your graduation ceremony. So it was just it was so powerful. We did it about 2-3 weeks before the graduation ceremony took place, and it was lovely. And then staff chipped in, and like it was just beautiful. And they have that, because what you can do is you can download stuff as well, and so they have this as a lasting memory of their time at our school and their time.
Yeah, it's lovely.
It was beautiful.
Yeah. And we tried to do it like for book week or something, book reviews or what's your favorite book, that kind of thing. And as part of like a PD session or just the start of a staff meeting, we asked them to look at a video and then just post a comment or just, you know, record a video. And the kids loved it, especially when you're like, primary teachers are commenting on secondary students and vice versa. They're walking around the school and going, oh, you put a book review on and I saw it. And it just makes it a really nice, you know, pulling the school together in different ways. Yeah. Oh my God, if the head of school or the head of secondary or primary post a comment, they go nuts for it. Because sometimes you don't always see them in school.
That's the message I often try to get across as well. It's sort of like our generation, the previous generation, and we are more sort of, you know, info based, and like that's why we're all on Twitter. We love Twitter. Like, I mean, but our kids, it's video. Everything they do is video. They're on TikTok, they're on Instagram, they're, you know, it's stories. It's the Instagram stories. It's instant. It's gone in a couple hours. It's all about video, and Flipgrid feels like that. It feels like an Instagram story. It feels like a YouTube story. It doesn't go away, which makes it useful in class and in an educational setting, but it feels the same way And I think that's like the more video we can use and the more we can harness sort of like when you give them a problem, what's the first thing they do? They don't go to Google, they go to YouTube. That's their search engine. They're no longer searching on Facebook is for mom and dad. That's old news. Like we're on TikTok, we're on and Flipgrid has really, they found their place in that video sphere. And it works. It's really a really well thought out, good product. And it's short, isn't it? It's bite size, and that's
minute 30, I think. Yeah, we're done.
Like, I don't know if you've heard of if like even when you sometimes you do get students that are shy on camera. Have you heard of Synth? GoSynth. No. It's basically it's Flipgrid, but in podcast form. So it's like micro podcasting. You only get like 153 seconds or something, and they automatically stitch together synths, which is like threads.
Sorry, what was the app?
GoSynth. So it's Go and then synth as in synthesizer, SYNTH, and it's just it's podcasting but in a bite size. It's short. It stitches it together. It gives you a transcript of what was said. You can comment with little audio comments, and then at the end say download podcast, and it pushes it out to all the podcasting platforms. It's amazing. It's brilliant. I mean, even this, what we're doing here, we could do this in a synth form where, for example, Ralph introduces an app, and then I give my 2 cents, you give your 2 cents, James gives his, and that then, okay, the next one, Adriana introduces an app, we all reply to that. I introduce an app, we all reply to it, and then everything gets put together into one single podcast. You can add little sound effects, and it's really, that's great for those students that don't want to be on camera.
I can't find it in the Play Store. Is it only available for iOS?
It's online. GoSynth. Let me just quickly see. It is available. So GoSynth, Android. Yeah. Let me just quickly check.
I can't find it at the moment.
Yeah, App Store.
Yeah.
Android. It's available on the web. So you just open the browser. But it is in the App Store for iOS. So hopefully they will hear about this. Anyone watching, tag us right now on Twitter, share this video out, tell them to jump to 37 minutes and 30 seconds, and that we want an Android version now. Thank you.
Well, I really must say we need to do the app roundup with showing the apps. I feel so excited loading the app at the moment of Flipgrid. I try to log in and register. So I don't know, maybe in the very end we can Adriana, if you can set up a Flipgrid which we can maybe play around with in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah. One thing I was just going to say is we've had a bit of response from Ruth. She's mentioned Canva, which is another one that people seem to be doing. And also, if Canva isn't quite for you, but you're after something similar for drawing diagrams, Lucidchart is good. And Draw.io are other good alternatives if Canva isn't quite the drawing tool for you. I use Draw.io a lot for flowcharts, which was fantastic. But Lucidchart has the advantage that it now has a presentation mode, which makes it like Prezi. And also, she's mentioned Google Photos, which if you're not using, oh my goodness.
You're missing out. You're missing out.
Free backups, free videos, puts videos together for you, makes auto videos for you. Goodness knows.
Searchability, it is amazing. Yes. Times I've sat somewhere and we're having a conversation. It's like, oh yeah, have you been there? It's like, yeah. Oh, we went there like 2-3 years ago. I can't. And you just literally type in, my cat 2017. Poof, picture pops up.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, this is so useful. It's brilliant.
I'm going to do the search first before and you can guess where I'm searching, but I'll have it ready for my screen.
What was that? What will you have ready to share?
I'll just have a search done in Google Photos and see if it brings back any memories.
Do you want me
Your
to copy
pet from 4 years ago.
Hang on, let me just pull it up.
Do you want me to jump in
I
there?
do really like Canva. The only thing I do is that it gives you confidence in setting up a really good poster, but it's trying to move students on, and myself, because I use Canva all the time for posters. And but it's trying to be, you know, how do you become creative yourself? You know, once you've got a fantastic tool, like I wouldn't know how to put the right colors together, how to, you know, I know it looks weird, but I don't know how it looks weird if I do it myself. So it's like trying to move the students on to starting with a blank canvas, being brave enough to start with a blank canvas after using it for a while.
I mean, I think that's why Pages and Microsoft PowerPoint, even on all the others, do feature templates, because they know most people will be terrified of a blank page. And I think it's okay for students to start with template and change it. So are you ready for the big reveal on the Google Photos? It's up to Ralph if he wishes to show it or not. So
I will.
I'm excited.
Here you go.
There you go. And that's.
Oh my God! I remember this.
There you go.
It was the Patana GP meeting.
That's right. There you go. Easy done. So it just shows even something like that. Pardon?
When was
it taken? Tuesday, 9th of June in 2015.
Oh, okay.
See, I just remember every moment with you guys.
I have to say something about Google Photos. One of the features I use with Google Photos the most is the backup. And you can, with any private Google account, you can set the backup settings the way to have it set to high quality, not original quality. And I think the high quality gives you a width of 2000 pixels, which Google will store for you free of charge. So any picture which is uploaded and synced with this setting does not count against your usually 15 gigabyte of free storage ratio.
I think they've upped it recently as well. I think it's actually got bigger.
I mean, their pricing, if you're a professional photographer and you've got high resolution photos, their pricing is very reasonable.
That's true. Or you need somebody who works in education and gives you an account.
No, even Google Photos. No, Google Photos, it's different. Google Photos doesn't give you unlimited. It gives you unlimited compressed. But if you go for full resolution uncompressed, it's a premium offering. You do get, if you buy a Pixel 4, I think, or if you bought a Pixel 3, you got unlimited uncompressed as well on top of that.
Wow.
Oh,
it's well worth it. It's well worth it.
Yeah, actually, at that price, it's almost worth buying the Pixel 4 for the storage. Because nobody else is offering anything close to that Google Photos.
No.
And even the compressors are pretty good.
I see that Adriana has shared a Flipgrid, and I want to go back to that once everybody has introduced their app. Adriana, are you okay with that?
Yeah, of course. Put it at the end. We'll see if we get people.
I would like to ask if anybody wants to go before I share my app.
No, you're good.
Sati.
Go, Ralph.
Okay, so I have mentioned that I work as a STEM teacher and a tech integrator at my school, and I am pretty sad that so many students nowadays have a huge problem with getting electronics right and the basics of the electronics. And I agree that it is a bit intimidating to know all the basic electrical or electronical parts. And there were jokes around before we were going live about that. And therefore, I have a very good app for you. And the app is called, let me share the banner first, Circuit Gem. And my dear panelists, please don't be mad that I take over the screen for just a bit. You see, I have started Circuit Gem already, and I used to have played all the first level through already. You see, can you confirm that you all see? You see that there's a lock button here, but this goes away once you have passed the first channel. And I think at some part they want you to pay something, but not for the basic things we see here. So we have current, voltage, resistors, Ohm's law, and capacitors, which I believe they are all free. I hope I don't say anything wrong. So we see I have already played the first 2 levels. So I wanted to show you something a bit more complex. And we see here, only to explain for anybody who has never seen an electrical circuit before, this is the ground, and every circuit needs a power supply, which we have here. And we have a lamp here, which is also acting as a resistor, and a little switch. That's the 3rd level. So do I need to press play, and then do I need to connect those, or do I just need to? I need to connect those, and because I am now not, oh my God, because I'm not working with a touch screen. Oh dear, I don't know how this actually works. Oh, there you go. So I click the nodes, and the circuit is closed. But you see that I have to fulfill the task of switching on and off at the right time. That seems pretty mundane and easy now. But if I have the time to show you another one, so the next session gets unlocked and I can repeat it or go to next, and then I'm still in the current, and you see it's already getting a bit difficult. Now I have 2 power sources and only one resistor, which is a lamp. And you see here at the top that our base current is already 2 amps. But if I switch the switch, the amp jumps to 4 amps. And now I just have to switch at a certain time. And what I love so much about this is that's very playful at the beginning, but it gets you to a point where just subconsciously you see what you do. Here I have to stop first, click on the knot, connect the knots appropriately. So now can anybody, because I'm presenting, I can't use my brain at the same time. Do I have to connect the knot after the switch, or do I have to connect the knot before the switch? What is your call? Look at the chart here above. The base current should be 2 amperes, so I need to connect it. Left, right, left, right. Come on, dear panelists.
Does it matter?
Left.
I think here.
Left.
Oh, I
It's
need
not
to
a full
stop it.
circle unless you shut it.
I need to stop it first. Oh dear.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I should connect it here. Sorry, that's it. Okay. So I have the base current of 2, and I shut the switch. I open the switch and shut it, and you see the percentage of the level going up. And I have just passed the 3rd level. So this was my introduction to Circuit Jam, and I wasn't able to check in the back room what the comments were. Now I'm back, and I'm taking my screen off. This is Circuit Jam, an awesome tool for playfully learning what circuits do. And I hope that many will try it out of you.
Very good. One alternative, if you're after computer science logic gates, is logic.ly. There's a free version which just doesn't allow you to save, but it's great for developing. I did pay for the full version, and I have to say, what's great if you're teaching computer science is it does all the logic gates, plus it generates the truth tables for you, which is really nice.
As I can confirm, that's a great website. Is there an app for that as well?
It's just a website. It works on any Chromebook or anything with Chrome. It does also. It's HTML5 now. It used to be Flash, but they've rewritten it HTML5, so it works on tablets and things too. So it's really handy.
Great, great. I will just note this here as well. And I believe that electronics are the basic of STEM or of stuff, and everybody should play around with it. And no teacher should be scared if they maybe are not that sure about how to get a beginning or start with.
Just
And
quick question.
yes.
Quick question. Sorry, quick question for James. First of all,
Sure.
I love Circuit Jam. Absolutely love it. I'm
Sure.
definitely going to be using that. I
Yeah.
never heard of it before Ralph shared it.
Yeah.
Is it free on both Android and iOS, or is it?
You're
Which
talking
one?
about Circuit Jam is free.
Yeah, Circuit Jam.
Oh, Ralph's the man to answer that.
Yeah, but I've got a question for you too, James.
Okay.
Ralph?
Go for it, Ralph.
Logic Jam is free to a certain extent, but the levels I showed you are all free.
Okay. Brilliant.
And I think some of the functions on the sandbox are also free.
Okay.
So very good
Brilliant.
too.
Amazing. And now to James. Sorry, my brain's all over the place because because of what you both said, I had two questions.
Sure.
James, Logic
Yes.
Gates. Have you played with Turing Tumble?
It sounds familiar.
It's
I
it's
can't remember.
it's not an app. It's not an app, but it's a hands-on. It's like a plastic special where you can create all your own like
Oh yeah,
Logic
yeah,
gates
yeah.
and stuff. It looks brilliant. I was wondering if you had a chance to check it out or not, but if not,
No, not in person. I've seen the website, but that's as far as I've got. But it does look like a fun game.
Yeah, I'll have to order a couple. It just seems like a hands-on link to then what you were talking about, the Logic gates and the sort of a more hands-on. Okay.
So I also think of Tinker Space, which is
Tinkercad.
awesome. Tinkergate. Sorry, Tinkergate. But it's sad that they don't have multiple switch layouts. That's sad.
I like what they're doing. I really, as soon as I saw circuits pop up, I was really excited. Like, I mean, we've got Arduino and things like that, and it's still very limited. But as it develops, I mean, I love how clear it is. It's incredibly clear.
Yeah.
So
there is another one for designing circuits. Now let me think. It's based on Tinkercad, I think. Let me think.
I remember seeing one that was very interactive. It was.
Yeah, it's in Tinkercad. There's and it's Autodesk Tinkercad, and you can actually make your own circuits and things. Okay. It's really handy. A lot of people are using it for designing Arduino bits and pieces. I think it's certainly free for education. I'll have to sign in and check the sign in. Oh yeah, you can sign in with a Google ID. So
yeah, that's the online one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one we use. We use that one in class. It's really good. The only thing, because we just had a 2 week last week, our students got really annoyed that you could only select the Arduino Uno, and there was no there was no Nano, and they were using a Nano, and they were trying to create they were trying to create a basically they're creating a Google Sites for their project to outline how they did it, how they built it, what their prototype looked like, and then to share with the world. And they wanted to create nice visuals to put onto the website, and they couldn't make the visuals because there was no Nano. There
would be a cheating way to have done that. Would have been
just
it
in Google Drawings. Yeah,
I was going to say
Drawings,
and then just overlay the Nano over the top.
Yeah, that's what they did. Very
nice.
Clever, clever bunch.
Yeah, nice, like it. But yeah, the Tinkercad is really good. There's a couple of apps as well. If it's more logic gates, there's Schemata, which is a lot of fun. It comes with ads, and Circuit Scramble, which I think is really quite fun.
Yeah.
So absolutely. Both of those little games.
You need to promise me that you put these links into the YouTube chat, please. Otherwise, people might not have heard properly.
Yeah. And the chat is on fire. I'm loving it.
I am so happy about it. Yeah. So thrilled.
Everyone's
so
in the
cool.
chat.
I want to say hi to Bonnie.
Judy's in there.
And
I'm saying hi to everyone. I don't have the ability to comment, so hi to you all.
Whenever I turn my back to you, it's because I'm actually commenting. So
good.
I
want to bring up one thing though. So in my school at the moment, what we're trying to do is actually sort of almost classify the apps so that teachers can see, because what we're noticing just like now is that we all have our favorite apps, but we're not aware of other apps that are there. So it's almost like if we're able to classify them and say, for example, video production apps, and then we can get a whole list going, and then something like, I don't know, info gathering apps, like what you had, a science appropriate app. And by classifying it, because when we're trying to build the curriculum and the tools that we need, if we start putting into our curriculum or our planning, we're going to use Flipgrid, Flipgrid might not be there next year, and something else will take its place. So we're trying to sort of say, so at least if you're using one video production app this year or one science-based program this year, I'm just wondering if there's other schools out there that might be trying to do or have already done the same thing.
Sure. I mean, ICT Evangelist is your best bet.
Yeah, so the big ones, ICT Evangelist, Mark has made lots of overviews of apps, basically in sort of the style of the periodic table. And he's got lots of different lists. That is literally overload of information, but it's brilliant. You'll find amazing apps. And then another person to connect with on Twitter is Craig Kemp. If you connect with Craig or Tim Evans, they both are at Stanford American International School. And basically they've gone from the ICT Evangelist approach with hundreds of apps, and they've scaled it way down to these 20 for lower elementary, these 20 for upper, and they've got some amazing graphics. If you quickly look it up, I think if you type in Craig Kemp and then go through his posts, you'll see a nice
Craig Kemp is in my inbox.
Yes, that's the one. Craig Kemp and Mark Anderson.
So, guys, only to get the next couple of minutes sorted out, I still want to do this Flipgrid activity, and I want.
Bye-bye, Judy.
I'm sorry. And
Judy's
I
leaving.
would like Eric to give us a quick introduction of his own extension he did. So I guess, Eric, are you okay to share your screen?
Sure. Yeah, good to go.
Okay, he just dropped out, but I don't know.
Literally good to go.
See you later.
I'm sharing. I clicked to share. I swear. I clicked to share.
We are Thursday GEG educators who are thirsty for knowledge which we can use in the classroom. Today, it is our topic is the app roundup, and where everybody shares their favorite apps in the classroom. And Eric is ready to show his amazing tool. And
yes,
Eric, it is all yours.
All right, so you can see it?
Yep.
We can.
Okay. So this is Classwork Zoom. You can or can't?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, good.
Can.
So this is Classwork Zoom. It's a timeline that is, so this is built into Google Classroom. So these are all your classes that you have in Google Classroom, and these are the students in the selected class. And you can choose from any of the assignments that you've given in that class, and then build it into a timeline of all the work done by students in the documents connected to that assignment. So you can zoom out and get an overview of when they'd worked and how much. So you got the date at the top here. And if they did group work, if they worked on the same document, you can see a breakdown of the percentage of how much was done by whom. So these are fake names, but this student did 30% of the work in a document that was all the students contributed to. Here's a student who is not a member of the class who did 1.8%, and you're like, oh, what is this person doing? It just highlights all the information in the revision history really efficiently so that you can see what they're doing, whether they're doing things they shouldn't be doing, whether they're doing the right things at the wrong times, that kind of thing.
Awesome. Eric, you know that we are all very excited, and I have just used it today. And I hope I put some other teachers in. I told my former tech integrator who came to visit at our school, I told him this app, and I will send him an email to follow up. So
Yeah.
Yes.
It's got, I mean, realistically, I mean, Classwork Zoom has so much potential, and it's like what we talked about last time about the students' health as well, to sort of, you know,
Yes.
how late are they working? And I
Right.
mean, and this is credit to you as well, Eric. I mean, it's brilliant. I mean, and it's got a trial,
Appreciate
so
it.
you can see if it works for you or not.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
because
then
this right
obviously,
here,
you know,
yeah, you can see a lot of students were working past midnight here,
Yeah.
see
up to and
that
past midnight. So you can get an overview of that just by zooming out, and you can see when it is. Yeah, and also if you hover over things like this, tells you how much work was done in this block. So this student worked for 38 minutes here, and you can see when they pasted something and what they pasted, and the comments that they made.
Plus, I mean, it's worth mentioning, this might not be a free app, but the pricing is very reasonable.
Yeah,
So I think most of the things we discussed today have been either free apps or very affordable apps.
Yeah,
and I think
this
this fits in with that. It's very
yeah.
affordable.
If you buy it for a year, a subscription for a year, it's only like $1.70 for a month. It's
So,
like,
I mean,
if you break it down.
Yes, I was really surprised how cheap it is, and I want to stress that very much. Eric is a very friendly and kind guy.
That's
and
right. I am.
only because this is so reasonably and affordable doesn't mean it less amazing to me. And anybody who's listening to this and think that he should up the price. No, I don't want him to up the price, but somehow I do. Or I have a lifetime subscription from Eric, and I still intend to pay him this $20 because I was so blown away by its features.
No. Yeah, that's all good. I see you using it. I can tell you're taking advantage. It makes me happy. So yeah.
So that is how it should work. Sharing is caring.
Absolutely.
Seti, do we have we left you out?
I don't know, if anyone needs to go, I mean, we've hit the hour mark. I'm happy to keep going for a bit longer. I've got a couple more things I can share. I know we've got very active people in the chat. So
I am super excited about that. Yeah.
We've got there we go.
I'm good.
Bionic Badass is in the chat as well. So we welcome you.
I want to do the Flipgrid.
I do have an app that I want to plug, if that's okay, for teachers. Can I do this for teachers?
Sorry, let me get my head around what is going on right now. I want to use the Flipgrid app because I have installed Flipgrid on my Chromebook. So what I would do, I don't know how I get there so quickly.
If you click on the link, it'll take you straight there.
Well, it is a bit different on a Chromebook than on a mobile phone, but I managed to copy the link. Just let me do it again. But I don't know how to open the Flipgrid in my phone. Just give me 1 second.
Can I plug this app while you're trying to get into it?
Go ahead.
So I want to, an app that I've downloaded is Quest by Mind Valley. And Mind Valley is basically a institution that's it started here in Kuala Lumpur by an amazing man, Vishan, who wanted to break down the barriers of education. He doesn't believe that education's working how it is. But the quests that he puts in place are just something to try and help you as a person be a better person. And he's in the business of education, but he believes that if teachers, because he's very passionate about teachers, if teachers look after their own well-being and support what they need, then education will be a lot better for the students in the classroom. He's done a lot of stuff in Finland. He's broken into the American market. He's just broken into the UK market. But it's worth just checking it out for Teachers PD. How can you be a better person, which will make you a better teacher, which will make your students enjoy the learning? So it's Mind Valley, and the app is Quest. So yeah, that's my little plug. I've been to the office a couple of times here in KL. I've met Vishen personally. He's really inspiring. But yeah, he breaks down all the rules about education, starting with teachers. We're talking about all these fabulous apps, and we talk a lot about our students, and that's right. But he says you start with you and making sure that your well-being and you've got all the tools you need to do the job, the vocation that we're drawn to. And if we're looked after, then the teaching and the learning falls into place. Yeah. Here ends the
Thank
lesson.
you very much. I will. We all will have a look at that. So I will share my screen now, and Adriana, I will share my screen, but you're in charge of managing the activity we will hopefully get out of this.
Okay, cool, Leo. Yeah, that's it. Well done. Okay. So basically, I've made it really easy. So see the little green button with the plus on the right. Can you see that on the?
Yeah.
I can see it on your screen. If you click on that button,
Click it, browse.
yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, and then it should take you through. I deliberately put in a login because I could have left it open. You can leave it open. That's no problem. But I want to try and practice digital citizenship all the way through. So I've not made it open for everybody. So yeah, you just need to log in, but essentially you're recording an introduction video. So the instructions are there. It said, introduce yourself, share a goal for your school year, tell us something special about you. And then you just record yourself doing that. Yeah, so also it's recording your screen. We all have to include ourselves.
Oh, sorry. In the comment section.
Did I miss
tried to
anything?
make it work,
No.
but do you want me to start the app again, or should we maybe just finish this now and
No,
play?
if we share the link with everybody, and then maybe over the course of the week, if everybody could just record a video.
That would
Oh,
be
that's
amazing.
a great idea. Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Drop it in the comments, drop it in that description, and then anyone, anywhere can literally just let us know what you thought about this. Let us know what you think. What do you want to see next week? What do you want to see the week after?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let us
That's
know.
a great idea.
Get on it. Get on it.
Yeah.
Get
I am
a Thursday
so
PD
happy
Flipgrid.
that there are so many people in the comments, and we see that we all get inspired by these sessions. Not only the panelists, but now also the people who are watching. But for sure, we will keep this up. And are you okay if we wrap it up?
Yeah, sure. Just one last little thing I can share very, very quickly, because I forgot to do it, and I need all the installs I can get. So I made
app. Your app. Binary.
Yeah, binary DMC. So I don't know if you can see anything actually.
Not at the moment.
No, at the moment we see just this.
Okay. I guess that don't work so well, but it's working
maybe
fine.
I can. I'm not sure if it's loading or not.
No, it was just in a mood.
No. I have one very, very cool app which one of you have shared to me, and the one will know instantly. I'm just loading it in the background, and that
James,
would be a very
binary
DMZ, and it's a free app.
Yeah, I know, because I've got it on another.
James I have played it. I have played it, and James made me feels very, very smart.
There you go. You're a beta tester for this app. See, let me just
there you go. We're a winner.
I'm installing it on my Chrome, so you can pull my screen.
Chromebook's got Android as well, haven't they? Yeah.
Let me quickly show this app to you. I'm sharing my screen, and hopefully it will work. Please, everybody, have a look at this. I am pretty confident that you will not
love this.
Hear the sound.
Yes.
I don't know if you hear the sound, but probably not.
No.
And my quick emotional explanation for this. Can you hear my voice? Can you quickly
Yes,
compare?
yes.
We can hear your voice.
I have been not forced to play and learn the recorder when I was 11 or 8 years old. And somehow the teacher in the classroom preferred my classmate, which was a female and much, much better in playing the recorder. And I somehow ended up hating playing the recorder, but I have my recorder right here. So I have overcome my fear of making music. And this app, which is called SETI, what is this app called?
What was it again? Oh,
Incredibox.
Incredibox.
So this app is sadly not free on Android, but you can play the basic version online, and it works by very, very nice if you pull these little things on these characters. They start a sample in the background, and it sounds awesome, makes great music, and it takes away the fear of making music, and it is awesome. I've won a Google Slam with that, so please try it out. They're all a bit. You see nipples there. I hope that.
Yeah, they like naked before you dress them.
But they are okay. I think it's just a cartoon. Yes, please. Only because I can't see the
nipples.
Please say something about it.
Yes, I love it. If you can pull me up quickly, I want to do something more with that, because I was actually going to share an app on iOS. Sadly, this is iOS only. So I'm just going to have to use my camera. I can't. So it's called SampleBot. It's $3, and if you like Incredibox, SampleBot puts you in charge of Incredibox, if you know what I mean. So we've got all these different samples. They're all empty now, but I can record my own. So I'm going to just record the first. I'm just going to make a sound like you would have in SampleBox. Ba. Bo. Hey. Ralph. Gary. So now I've got a couple of samples in there, and now whenever I tap them, Ralph. Ralph. Gary. And it's literally, it turns your device into a full-on sampler. You can obviously start adding your own sort of sound effects, your kicks and your snares and anything. But
I like
put
that.
this in the hands of your students. They love it. They're all over it. And then at the bottom, you can start recording your own. That's not the only thing, though. I'm going to quickly just start a new project. And I'm going to quickly record a hi-hat. So I've now got 3 very basic sounds. So you can hear that. What I can do is I can automatically put them onto an entire grid and start making actual music using these samples. If that's not for you, then you can actually pull in other people's tracks. So here
I love it.
It's
awesome. You showed it to me before.
So here I've got the Ammon break. If you're into drum and bass and modern music, you'll know this one. So I've now pulled that in. There it is. And it's going to use my samples to make that music. So I'm going to press play in front of the speaker here. And these are the samples I've recorded into the actual sample bot.
Cool.
It's amazing. Check it out. It's brilliant. I am in love with this app.
Sample
and if you like
bot.
music,
Nice.
sample bot.
I can sample all my instructions now, right? So it's like you've got 5 minutes and then just like jazz it up.
Yeah,
Let me repeat the
let me just have a
instructions.
play with this. Let me just see if I can get back to my sampler, right? And let's just say, get on with it now. What? Ralph, come on. There we go. And then we're going to just pull in a little, let's see, rock pop. There we go. Pop it in there, play. Get on with it now. Get on with it. I mean, can you hear that? That's look at that. I mean, get on with it now. Get on with it. Get on with it now. Get on with it. Get on with it now. Get on with it.
I mean, Fatboy Slim all over again.
Nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, no, play with it. It's brilliant. It's not free, but it's worth it. It's well worth it.
Oh, nice.
Actually, what is quite powerful and quite similar to that and absolutely free is Scratch has a whole bunch of these things
Yes.
to absolutely send you crazy. You can record any sample and play it at any note. And yeah, I try really hard not to tell my kids about that.
Yeah,
What do you mean? Just inside the Scratch?
Huh?
Oh, the cat
Just
meowing
inside
drives me nuts.
Yeah, well, they can do more than that.
Well, you are Mr. Scratch to me. Have you tried to load your app again?
Next week, that's his name at the bottom, Mr.
Mr.
Scratch.
Scratch.
I've got his
Nice.
app ready. Do you want me to pull it up?
Yeah. Just give it a quick play. I mean, it's just a toy.
Yeah. Hold on. Screen sharing. Yeah.
Okay, wait.
Screen.
What's the app name? Please tell me.
Binary DMZ or Z. Okay, I'm sharing the screen. Do you see
And
that?
now it's up to Ralph if he wants to show it.
Yes,
Okay,
I
well,
will. I will. I just make a
come
banner
on.
first.
Oof, really pushing it. DMM with a M. M for
Okay,
mother.
so.
And
so
I want to
basically-
say that I felt so smart playing the first few levels, but then for sure James makes it more difficult and takes the values away. After how many levels do you take the values away?
It's after a certain number of points. It just gently disappears.
Yeah. and then suddenly I didn't feel so smart anymore.
Yeah.
Please play it for us, James.
Okay, well, I'm not in control of it now. Just click it through and then you can just put it to a quick game.
Okay, so
Galaxy was a
basically
war.
you're trying to get your target at the top, which is at the moment is 4. So you're going to have to obviously switch between your different binary values. As you can see, as I tap, there's different values, but I also get sort of the guide at the top. So I'm going to start here. I've got my target is 8, and at the bottom I can tap my values on or off. As you can see, I can switch them all on. So now I have 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, which is obviously not the target of 45. But this is brilliant for your students to get really used to, counting in binary.
I mean, the other key thing is that it is designed very much to be as little as possible. So there's no video, and it's a very small app because I'm conscious that it is a content app. So, but really to teach binary and really keep it going, and it is binary DM with a mother M for mother rather than NZ.
Yeah. So it's I love it. It's brilliant to get sort of, get your students thinking about, how's binary working and what does it do.
Yeah. And as I say, it's really quite sweet. And it took me ages to
I'll keep going, but
yeah.
I'm so sorry, James, for misspelling that.
That's okay.
Here it is correct now, and yes, for everybody.
And the good news it is now part of the family package on Android, so it is certified as family safe, whatever that means. But there's no advertising or anything in it. It's just a free app to share.
So, as a larger project, are you planning any more apps in the future, James?
When I find a little niche that I've got time to program, yeah, sure.
How did you build it? Did you use any specific?
Scratch?
Yeah, funny that a lot of things I can make in Scratch. I used something called Corona Labs, which was a very handy little tool. Potentially, I could release it on iOS, but the developer fee put me off a bit. But I used this Corona Labs thing, which helped, definitely helped, and it means that I can make.
Would you use it again, or are you looking at other platforms?
Well, there's a couple of things. Firstly, Scratch is HTML5, so for something really simple, you can actually just develop in Scratch and it'll work cross-platform these days. But there are other apps out there. So, but it was good for what I wanted it for. So yeah, maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe it was good because it's very, very cross-platform. The only problem is that they're only a little company, so they haven't made the 64-bit version yet. So it could date quite quickly. But at the time, it was good.
Corona Labs, is it a small fee or is there like an
free.
educational?
It's free.
Completely free. Okay.
completely free, which, you know, they just leave their logo on, which I feel was an incredible deal. And as I say, it enabled me to try it out. Yeah, so I think it was really good. But as I say, there are other things going on. And a lot of the JavaScript frameworks are really good these days, which I may have just gone over everybody's heads. But hey, stick to Scratch works on anything these days.
Yeah, I mean, since the updates, it's been.
I mean, all of those simple apps you can literally do.
Have you seen the most recent updates to Thunkable X? That has been.
Oh, I haven't looked recently, but I hear that's another really good building platform, isn't it?
Oh, just to mention that I think Scratch also does logo, where SETI is a big promoter for the B-bots.
Oh, I love B-bots.
But we have to wrap it up.
I think it's time.
So I would like to say special thanks to Adriana and whoever is in Bangkok next Friday and feels bored. There is a date and a restaurant where you have to be next Friday. Adriana, you are giving a stand-up show in Que Pasa. Can you tell us a bit what you will do and when it starts, please?
Hopefully I'll be really funny and I'll win the preliminary round. So it's a competition. So there's I think there's something like 30 comedians from all around the world, but really we're all in Southeast Asia. I'm the only one representing New Zealand, but there's 3 coming from Malaysia. So yeah, no one will be able to understand my accent, but so what?
What time does it start? And Que Pasa is near Samaki Road, I guess. Do I say that correct?
Yeah. That's
I don't live there, so I presume so.
What time do you start? Local time?
It's just outside of Nichida.
It starts at 7. Yeah.
Have you got a link for that anyway?
What is the event called?
It is the Bangkok International Comedy Competition,
which is taking place in a place that's not Bangkok.
Come on, don't be fussy now.
We're so international, we don't know.
Yeah, no, it's the International Bangkok competition taking place in Nonthaburi.
But, I hope to be there, and I hope to be. I hope that there's space left for me to join.
It's only 500 baht at the door, Ralph. So early bird is over.
I know somebody of the comedians, and I hope to get a +1 from her. So Adriana.
Oh, me! All right. Yeah. Funny you should say that. I do have 2 free tickets. That's so
let's see how this works. So, Adriana, I hope to see you more often on this show. Your input was amazing, and we had a
Gary
lot
needs
of
to get
fun.
his slides though.
we had a lot of fun pre going live, and this is
silicon.
Silicon. I will explain at some point on this event. I will explain how transistors work and how you spike them in order to get all the basics electronics out of the way. We are Google Educators groups out of Bangkok, and we are all educators thirsty for knowledge. Pull up your drinks.
But thank you, everyone.
And, thank you very much. Thank you all the onlookers. And we see you all next week.
Can I just quickly say bye-bye to all the people in the chat, because the chat has been amazing tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Later. Night.
Bye-bye.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.